Nick Molina wearing the straight black trunks. Danny the Dog in his Dodger blue and white, as he said it, not me. Peter Zimbor for the intros.
It's now time for our main event of the evening. 6 rounds of boxing in the lightweight division. Your referee for this main event is Tom Clark. Introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner to my left. He's sporting white trunks with blue trim. His record, an impressive one. 7 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, 5 big wins coming by way of knockout, including the fastest KO ever recorded in New Hampshire boxing history. He comes to us from Oxnard, Ventura, California, Danny the Dog Robles. And his opponent, standing directly across the ring, fighting out of the red corner to my right, sporting solid black trunks. His record, equally as impressive. 6 wins, 0 defeats, 2 big wins by way of knockout. He is one of the most active fighters in the entire country for the calendar year 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, from Lowell, Massachusetts, they call him Saint Nick, Nick Molina. 6 rounds, lightweights.
All right, Mad Dog Matt Nelson. Pleasure to be joined once again by Sean Farley. Sean, this is the fight we've been waiting for all night. Danny the Dog Robles, Saint Nick Molina.
This is truly a fitting ending to Boston, the great year of Boston boxing. I'm so excited right now. I can't even begin to explain. These are 2 young prospects taking each other on at the right time. This is what boxing's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
Robles 7-1-1 coming off a KO loss to Adrian Corona. Molina 6-0 coming off a disqualification win over Carlos Galindo.
This guy's here is a classic matchup with a classic boxer against a classic puncher. Although right now, Nicky's actually pressing the action, which is surprising me a little bit.
Molina made it to the Golden Gloves finals back in 2020. He trains at the world-famous Art Ramalho's West End Boxing Gym in the fighting city of Lowell, Massachusetts. His trainer, of course, is your friend Manny Farley.
Yep, and Manny, I know personally, we kind of work together on lining sparring up for this fight. I'm also friends with Coach Haas, who's trained world champions, and I'm here just to call this fight down the middle. And right now, neither guy really has an advantage, both guys. Robles is actually looking to be a little more tricky than I expected. But the thing I've always liked about Nicky Molina is he can make adjustments. He can make mid-fight adjustments, and that's not very easy to do for even experienced veterans, let alone somebody only 6 pro fights into their career. But right off the bat, I want to give both guys credit for being willing to take on each other this early in their careers.
Well, both guys weighing in at 133 pounds. Danny the Dog trains out in Ventura County, California at Knuckleheads Boxing Gym. Great guys out there.
Nicky did a lot of sparring with Rob Font. Rob Font feints as good as anybody in the business. And Nicky's right now feinting and bothering Robles.
Robles owns the New Hampshire state record for the fastest KO, 13 seconds. A powerful right hook to Antonio Lucain.
Every time he lands a shot, it sounds like he's beating a drum.
Wait, he was slapping his gloves together during the pre-fight announcement.
Well-placed body shot, guys, by Nicky Molina, right up the middle. That'll pay dividends as the fight goes on.
You know, we were talking about some sparring partners for Molina. Danny the Dog has sparred with Victor Ortiz.
Yeah, they Coach Haas he's got Murder's Row out there in California. You know, Southern California's probably got the as far as sparring and available quality sparring, they probably #1 in the country as far as getting good sparring and stuff. It's basically going to come down to who does what they do better. Fighting is about execution. And right now, I think Nicky is executing a little bit better than Danny.
Oh, Molina goes down, no knockdown, a little slip.
But that's that
shove.
physical strength of Robles.
Well, let's see. Danny the Dog has made it out of the first round 3 times in his 9-fight career.
And he looks in great shape. I don't think that cardio is going to be a problem for either guy. I happen to know some of the things that Manny Farley does, and I think he'd appreciate it if I don't reveal them. But his fighters are always very well conditioned.
Now let's talk about Sean. These two are certainly the headliners at the top of the lightweight division for Boston Boxing Promotions. Kevin Walsh working his way up. Absolutely stacked division. It should be a great 2022 for this.
I can't wait to see it. Actually, Kevin and Nicky have quite a storied rivalry as amateurs.
In the Golden Gloves.
I think they fought 2 or 3 times. I could be wrong, but they definitely fought. I believe they fought 3 times.
Round 2
But I'm very
underway.
impressed by Nicky looking to take the fight intelligently to Danny.
Yeah, he's trying to control it, which is not a bad idea against the guy who has the knockout punch like Robles does.
See right there, those heavy hands, you always got to be careful. Danny should establish a little bit more of a jab to make Nicky think a little more. I'd like to see right there, like that feint. Watch the little subtle feints of Nicky.
Molina wearing the straight
beautiful
black
body
trunks.
shot.
Robles wearing the white with Dodger blue.
So now at least Robles is trying to establish a jab. I think that'll make it a little harder for Nicky. And I thought it would be Danny Robles that would be the one establishing the body attack early. So far, I've been more impressed with Nicky's body attack.
Another good combo there. Robles catches him with the short jab.
Nicky just has to be careful while walking. As George Foreman used to say, there we go. You got to be careful chasing a puncher around the ring. See, Nicky fights so smooth when he's like that. When he's more of the matador than the bull.
Molina's right eye starting to redden up.
Nice feint by Robles. He should be doing more of that.
A lot of feeling each other out. The 7-1 and 1 Robles, the 6-0 Nick Molina.
Now, if you notice their bodies, their physiques, at first glance, Robles looks stronger, but if you take a good look at Nicky's legs, he's built very sturdy down with his legs. He's got great balance. That's a beautiful combination by Nicky Molina. And he steps off to the side. I'd like to see him put a jab at the end of a combination like that.
Does a good job of not getting caught in the corner against the heavy puncher of Robles.
Again, he can make mid-fight adjustments. And I don't think we've seen the last of his mid-fight adjustments. I think there might be a round where he gets back to walking Robles down. Good strong jab by Ramos, but Nicky counters with the right hand underneath to the body. See, this is the type of fight true boxing fans love because there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of craft, there's a lot of skill. It's
Robles laughing in the face of Molina after that exchange. Inside combo. A great combo by Molina there. We'll see if any of those affected Robles.
That was the thing as an amateur that impressed me right off the bat with Nicky is he's a beautiful combination puncher. And they're smart combinations. He places them in good places. He doesn't just punch to punch.
Well, very evenly matched so far. Not that we're surprised by that. Who do you give the edge to early?
I'd give the edge to Nicky Molina. Just on, especially in round 2. Combination punching, I think, it catches the judge's eyes. It's catching my eyes.
We'll see how that... It's not a bad bruise on the right eye of Molina. We'll see if Robles tries to exploit what may or may not be there. Second round of a scheduled 6th rounder.
Yeah, much more of a class boss. I'm looking back now trying to see what the coach is saying, and I think Coach Haas, who again I state was worked with many world champions, is looking for a little more body work, and that's what I'd be saying. And if I'm Manny Fali, I'm saying just more of the same. That second round is the type of round that's going to take Nicky Molina to a decision win if he keeps it up.
Molina controlling.
Now Danny should be jabbing. He's moving his head well more, but if it put a little bit more bugs on the windshield, as they say, he'd probably be able to set that power up a little better.
If Tom Clark, one of the best in the business, breaks him up. Now Robles connects with a right.
There's a beautiful body shot by Nicky underneath, though. Those will pay dividends. But Robles is now starting to find him.
Robles in the middle of the ring now. Molina switches it up.
If I'm Robles
to the outside.
If I'm Robles, I'm going to have him jab before he shoots. He's trying to catch Nicky with the sneak lead left hand, but he should be setting it up with the jab.
Lead with the jab, come in with the power punch. That's what got that 13-second knockout of Antonio Lucain.
Nice little right uppercut by Nicky Molina. Now right there, that's what I mean about Nicky. He makes a miss, and then he puts a little combination together. It's the little things like that grab the attention of the judges. Again, I don't understand why Danny is not putting a jab in his face. He's got nice feints himself, Danny, and he's got real smooth head movement. I haven't seen this side of Danny so much. And he straightened his punches out a great deal, but he should be using that jab more. That's where Nicky needs to be a little careful, though, because Danny is just so physically strong. He doesn't want to get into a clinch fight with him. Nice jab by Danny. He should be using that more.
Robles has Molina in the corner now. Molina switches back to the middle. They tie up, and ref Tom Clark breaks him up.
I'd like to see both guys commit to their jabs more.
This is the first 6-round scheduled fight for Nick Molina, the second scheduled 6-round fight for Robles, but the first was that first-round knockout loss to Adrian Corona.
Now, did you see when Nicky was jabbing there, they weren't landing, but how fast they were? I'd just like to see him follow something up with it.
Now the combos come in, the great exchange. The crowd comes alive.
I don't know. I couldn't see clearly, but he might have rocked Robles there. And I would say up until this point, Danny was winning the round.
Robles switches up the stance. The bell sounds. Another even round, but
yeah, I wouldn't want to score.
The exchange at the end might have pulled in favor of Molina there.
It may have. I personally wouldn't have wanted to have been a judge of that round because up until that point, Danny controlled most of the. He controlled the pace of the fight, if you will. But then Nicky caught a rhythm and seized the moment and had the most eye-catching work of the round. Those rounds are very tough to score.
Well, Nick Molina trains with a lot of history in his gym at Art Romalo's West End Boxing Gym in Lowell, Massachusetts, right alongside the Concord River. Robles trains with one of our friends, David Tubbs, out at Knucklehead's Boxing Gym in Ventura County, California.
If I'm Danny, though, he needs to put his foot on his gas, put his foot on the gas here and really start to press because I think these swing rounds, some of these close rounds like the last round, he doesn't want to have too many of those from here on out.
Molina catches Robles with a right over the top.
It's when he uses that quick jab. It's not so much a heavy jab, but it's a fast jab, and now he's not flat-footed.
Fourth round.
Danny did land a very nice shot there, as his corner pointed out, but it's one shot at a time. He's just got to be a little more busier, and I'm a little surprised that Danny's not doing more body work.
He's definitely got the power on the inside. Molina knows how to counter that. That's led to a little bit of the tentativeness that we've seen so far.
You can teach instincts, and both guys have good instincts, but Nicky's starting to notice that his offense is getting Danny to get low, and he's starting to place uppercuts on him when he's getting low.
Good job by Molina to escape the corner again. Robles was trying to keep him locked up there.
Right around now would be a good idea for Robles to start to establish a body attack.
Another jab over the top for Molina.
Look at that sense of distance, the instincts of Nicky Molina. He just seems to sometimes know what his opponents are going to do before they do it. He spent a lot of time at my gym sparring. Manny and me, you know, we pair our fighters together for some real good sparring, so I happen to know a lot about Nicky. And
Merrimack Valley, definitely an absolute hotbed for boxing. Molina in the corner.
But again, he gets under him and he avoids danger.
Of course, we're with Sean Farley of...
That was beautiful. He did what Canelo often does. He put a right uppercut and then he put a jab at the end of it.
Oh, big.
Those are the exchanges you got to be careful with, though. That if that was a little more flush, Nicky might have been in trouble. I think that Robles is having more success in the conventional stance, now walking Nicky down. I don't think he's winning the round, but I think he's getting closer to doing. See, in the southpaw stance, he's just not getting much done. In the conventional stance, he's seemingly was having an easier time getting closer.
And he had another opportunity to catch Molina in the corner, and Molina able to escape. And again, now Robles can't track him down again. The bell sounds. The fourth round.
Yeah, Nicky's superior footwork, I think, won that round for him, and he's so slippery. You see how hot he is to catch clean? Yeah,
he's able to easily escape those corners. He's been in there a handful of times, at least 5 or 6, and able to just bounce right out. Of course, Mad Dog Matt Nelson with Sean Farley, who has joined us a couple times tonight, as a fighter of his own, Brandon Higgins, who just won a
rough, tough fight, exactly what we expected.
Rough, tough fight, a majority victory.
I thought the two judges had it exactly right. I thought we beat him 4-2. And I thought the first round was a swing round, and I thought that Dustin definitely won the 6th round. But I think it was a great fight for Brandon, a great learning experience, and great moment for me and my assistant coach, Paul, whose sister passed away about 3 days ago, and my mother passed away in late July. So this was a much-needed victory for our team. Nice body shot right off the start by Nicky Molina. He landed a beautiful right uppercut.
It's good counter to Robles' jab. Now Molina going to the body. Another jab for Robles.
I'm just so impressed with Nicky's composure. He's got a very strong, dangerous man in front of him. But this is what Robles wants to do. He wants to mug him. He wants to make it ugly. Nicky doesn't want to play into this too much. That's what Robles should do more of. And that might frustrate Nicky and put Nicky and put Danny in position to land something big. Because it's getting to the point where I think he's going to have to land something big. Again, though, smart physicality by Danny, because he's very strong physically.
Walks right in now. Molina gets a right to the ribs.
Look how quick he shifts directions, Nicky Molina.
Molina and Robles very, very light on their feet. They're really bouncing around the ring.
two young, fresh prospects, and you know, just starting out their careers. And this, again, no matter who wins this fight, I want to give both guys a lot of credit for taking this fight.
St. Nick, 22 years old.
Good left uppercut by Danny to the body to Nicky there. That was the first time it seemed like he affected him a little. Nicky was a little bent over there. Body language changed ever so slightly. But he should go back to the body, Danny, that is, and not look for the big stuff to the head.
St. Nick comes in 22 years old. Danny the dog.
Did you guys notice
29.
something there, though? In the clinch, Nicky with those strong legs was able to push Danny back. Ooh.
Big right for Robles.
Smart move for Nicky to smother him there because he got caught clean. Here, Coach Haas asking for those two straight, and he's absolutely right. Because Nicky has a tendency sometimes to let his left hand linger in the chest area. He rolls nice, but if he's wrong once, he's only got to be wrong once with this guy.
Well, Nick Molina has officially gone further than he ever has in his pro career in the 5th round. We'll see if he trained appropriately for it. How much he can dig out of the reserves here.
But Danny's starting to make this ugly. The 6th round is going to be very, very interesting because I think Danny's physicality might be starting to get to Nicky, who I have up on the scorecards at the moment.
Robles bounces off the ropes, gets a quick jab. The bell sounds. The 5th round has come to an end. I just wanted to briefly
Coach Haas
touch on.
saying, yeah, happy with that round. I would be as well. He kind of mugged Nicky and made Nicky uncomfortable. But in my opinion, he needs to land something big in order, maybe a knockdown or something.
Well, Sean, let's briefly touch on Nick Molina out of Lowell, Mass. Big historical boxing town there. The Merrimack Valley has become really a hotbed. You got Brandon Higgins, you got Harry Gigliotti, you got Nick Molina, you got all these guys out of Chelmsford, Lowell, Haverhill. The list goes on and on. Andover is another one.
Yeah, it really is. What it is it's the 3 mill cities. You have Lowell being the biggest, Lawrence, and Haverhill. You have the 3 mill cities, and then some real tough suburban towns. Chelmsford, for instance, Bethune, Andover. It's definitely a fighting community and a passionate sports community.
Well, sign of respect between the two guys. They touch gloves to open the 6th and final.
See, right there, Danny used a good strong jab to the chest. I don't know why he hasn't been doing this all night. I like him better in the conventional stance. Oh, he just rocked Nicky.
Yep. Molina with the takedown.
And Nicky's eyes look a little glazed to me right now. He might want to be careful.
And he just
and
shook his head out
engage.
there, tried to shake out the cobwebs. We'll
If
see if Robles pounces.
Very smart by Nicky not standing and fighting because this is not the time to do it. He got tagged really good there.
Now he's going to shake it off before he thinks about launching a counteroffensive. Robles stalking his prey.
Both guys have gotten away from the body a little too. Nicky counters well while people are coming into the body. I'd like to see Nicky counter to the body a little bit more. And Nick's getting away from his jab. He's not working enough this round. See right there, that's what I'm talking about. That's a counter, beautiful counter shot by Nicky Molina. And Robles came right back.
Robles now,
but
Robles
Nicky took,
over the top.
But that's what I love about Nicky. He took the play away with the little shoe shine of his own.
Flurries back and forth. Molina, how you doing, jab? Now Robles gives it right back. Molina starts bouncing a little bit, tries to get the blood flowing again.
See, that stuff's not pretty, but that's what Danny wants to be doing. Is he wants to be physically mugging Nicky. He's the physically bigger man.
Robles has had the middle of the ring
It seems
all
like
around.
the pressure's starting to get to Nikki a little bit, but the question is it a little too late? Is it just a little too late? But now watch Nikki maybe pick up and finish the round strong. Good body shot by Danny.
Flurry by Molina. Might have gotten a jab in. Robles counters. Now back and forth they go.
How much time left in the round? Can we see?
Maybe about 45 seconds, if I had to guess.
Well, both guys should play it safe and put a punctuation mark on this
10
round.
to go. Robles
this
says,
was a
"Come
very
on,
close
bro."
round.
Robles wants the inside. Bell sounds. What a war. Well, we'll see if the judges agree with what we've got. I think you're absolutely right. The edge in terms of quantity to Nick Molina.
I thought there was several swing rounds, so nothing right here would shock me, but I think that the decisive rounds were Molina rounds. There wasn't really enough decisive Danny Robles rounds, in my opinion. But there was a lot of swing rounds.
Nick Molina rounds. We'll see if he can grab one of those swing rounds.
Some of those swing rounds
that should be enough.
Could be interesting. I think Nicky did a little bit more of what he does. Therefore, I think it was more of a Nicky Molina style fight. So I lean towards Nicky, probably, by close decision. Danny, I felt definitely won the last round with pressure, but I think Nicky Molina just advanced to 7-0. And great job by his team preparing him. He had to be in real good shape to deal with somebody as strong as Danny for 6 rounds.
Great team over there at Art Romalo's West End Gym in Lowell.
I'll tell you though, the body language of both guys seems like they feel like they won the fight, and their coaches seem to both be happy with what they've done. And they both fought good fights.
Very, very even. Like you said, there was a couple rounds that were decisive Molina, but
there was some swing rounds as well, yeah.
There was probably maybe 3 or 4 swing rounds that could go either way. I personally could see this ending in a draw.
There is that possibility.
We await the official announcement from Peter Zimborn. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, a hell of a way to end the evening here in Ringtown, New Hampshire. I'm going to run the applause for both Nick Molina and Danny Robles. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Eddie Scunzio scores the fight 58-56. Whereas Judge John Matfist and Martha Tremblay score the fight 59-55. For your winner, via unanimous decision, and still undefeated.